Oh, hang on. I turned the music back on. I'm now going to have to do the intro again, aren't I? Bloody hell. 10 seconds and I will be here. So good evening, folks. Now I've pressed the right button. I am on camera. Those people who are watching, not watching, those people who are listening on the audio experience, you won't have noticed that little technical error I just made. Good evening, everybody. And if you are watching or you're listening on the replay, massive shout out to you as well. It's Monday night. It's 3 minutes past 9 on the 17th of May as I record this. We just had some incredible news in the chat on Facebook there. Shout out to Maya, who is just in London right now. She's just booked her first big commercial. She's filming it tomorrow. Let's give Maya a little round of applause and plenty of love in the comments here if you are here live. Dawn, how are you doing? Chris Everett's here as well. Sarah Kelly's here, recently joined loads of casting groups on Facebook, so feeling positive while I wait for something to come up. Sarah, go and post this broadcast live in all those casting groups on Facebook. Let's bring some actors to the party. Got plenty to talk about tonight. I'm going to be playing out some clips until 10 o'clock of some recent things that we've been doing for members of actsonthis.tv. If you're not a member of actsonthis.tv, go and check the site out. We do incredible mastermind sessions every single week with literally the biggest casting directors, the biggest agents, the biggest actors, the biggest writers, producers, execs in the game. I wish and I'm not being a dickhead, right? You know these people who are like, oh, I've got some news, but I can't tell you. I wish I could tell you what I've got coming up in 3 weeks yesterday for you guys. I got a phone call last night off somebody that blew my mind what we have got for people in the actsonthis.tv community 3 weeks yesterday. It's somebody, well, it's a number of people, but one person in particular who people have been asking me to get on actsonthis.tv for years. I can't say who that is yet, but it's going to be freaking incredible. Honest to God, I'm so excited about it. And I say, I don't want to come across as one of those knobs who's like, oh yeah, I've got some great news, I can't tell you about it. Genuinely just can't because it is embargoed, but it's going to be well worth sticking about for. And there'll be, even for people who are not a member of actsonthis.tv, there's going to be some stuff around this that you'll still be able to get involved with because I just want to give value to everybody regardless. And talking about that, you're going to just head over to the website for a second just to hammer this again because there's limited places left on this. I'm running next month, right? I know it seems a little bit far away now. It's the 5th of June, so it's a couple of weeks away. Well, 3 weeks away or something like that. But I effectively last year created a program for actors in the community who wanted to land their first TV role. I put together a program based on how I landed pretty much a lot of my first 15, 20 TV roles, basically, on a certain method that is a bit of a blueprint. You know, if you follow it, I can't guarantee you a role because I don't know your ability and I can't do the audition for you. But if you follow this blueprint, you will start making inroads into getting your first TV role on TV, obviously. First TV role on TV. I took a small group of actors through this full program last year. 5 of them have now got their first TV role. Lots of them have started having auditions for TV, a lot of serial drama like EastEnders, Emmerdale, Doctors, that sort of stuff. And it's almost kind of like to the point now where it's proven. This stuff clearly just works. So I'm going to launch that program to a wider audience in July. But before I do that, I'm going to be running a free training that genuinely is free on June the 5th. Okay, and for transparency, at the end of that training, I will be opening up tickets to, get involved with the full weekend version. It's going to be a full Saturday and a full Sunday online on Zoom on July the 10th and 11th as it stands. But get involved with this free training. If you go over to actonthis.tv/training, you'll see this page that I've got up on the screen now. actonthis.tv/training if you are looking to get your first TV role. Even if you've had a couple, it's worth getting involved in this as well because it's a repeatable blueprint. To this day, I still use. But get involved in that. actonthis.tv/training. My Zoom account will only have 500 people on a Zoom. There's already, as I just checked before I went live tonight, 233 places have gone already, and I've only put this out once. I've not promoted it at all. So nearly half the places on this free training have gone already. And we're still 3 weeks out. So if you want to be involved, actonthis.tv/training, go and get a place. Go and get a place on that. So that was the first thing that I wanted to go over. Second thing, before we get stuck into a couple of clips, in fact, I'm going to have to go over the website again, aren't I? Let me pull the website up again. Because those people who were on last week's member-only call with... It was bloody incredible. With Tom Payne and Lucy Allen from Daniel Edwards' casting office. They cast massive stuff like Line of Duty, ITV's Grace, Heartstopper for Netflix is a new big show that's coming out. They're just about to do a new Jack Thorne drama with the BBC called Independence Day. We had a wicked chat with Tom and Lucy. It was bloody hilarious as well because they're just such a good laugh. On ultimately getting on casting directors' radars and casting assistants and casting associates' radars via social media. The replay of that session, it was a 2-hour session, is now up in the members area. I'm going to play a preview of it for you now if you missed it. If you want to get access to the full thing, if you're a member, it's in the members area for you right now. You just click into the members area up here, click over into your premium membership, and you'll find it at the top there, our latest 5 features. There it is, using social media to land TV auditions with Tom Payne and Lucy Allen from Daniel Edwards Casting. You've got the video there, you've got the audio there. If you just want to listen to the audio, completely up to you. And if you download the app that you will find in the members area as well, just to remind people of this, because I keep getting emails about it. If you click into the members area here, see the second part down there that says how to download the Acts on This iPhone/Android app. There's just some links there. Just go and get the app. It just makes you accessing all of this content that we put out every week so much easier. But yeah, if you want to get access to the to all of that stuff, get a membership at actsonthis.tv and you'll unlock it literally straight away. So let me know who was on that chat with Tom and Lucy, and I'm going to play out. I'll play the mashup, like the preview of it out, and then I've got one clip from it. That I just thought was an interesting topic to talk about that would give you guys some value tonight, whether you're a member or not. Let me know if you were on that, though, and what your biggest takeaway is, and I'm just going to go into the comments and see what is going on. Everybody's congratulating Maya. Well done, Maya, honestly, on your commercial. And Ollie, what are you going out of London for? Are you doing anything? Did you say you're on a train? I just presumed you were in London. Let us know if you're going anywhere exciting as well. Oh, yeah, I've got a little thing as well. Look at this. So I'm just doing loads of promo tonight, but I'm not. I'm going to get into some content. Petch made me this. You know. I should say who Petch is. Petch is the community manager for Acts on This. He's the guy who will reply to all of your comments and things in the Facebook group and in the private community on actsonthis.tv. Total legend. And he went through First TV Role Fast Track as well. This program that, this free training and the full training that I'm bringing out in July. Look what he sent me today. Just thought, what an absolute legend. There he is. On the cobbles with an incredible director, one of my favourite guys in the world, Mickey Jones, on the cobbles at Coronation Street. His first TV job. He filmed it last Friday. And look what he wrote. Joining Acts on This has been transformational for my acting career. I've signed with a great agent, made connections with so many industry pros, and just booked my first role on Coronation Street. Congratulations, Petch. Everybody's killing it. I did a great interview with Petch as well that I've put up on the Acts on This YouTube page as well. If you want to sort of you can go and just go to youtube.com/Acts on This TV, and you can watch that, where we just talk about how the process of him landing that first TV role, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's all going down in the Acts on This community. People are killing it right now. Let's see what else is happening in the comments. Just filmed a little bit. Ollie's on the train back from filming. Why is everybody right? I need to get my act together because I didn't get the last self-tape that I had. I had 2 self-tapes on the bounce, didn't get either of them. Thought I did a good job. Sod's law, innit? Didn't get a single part. I've got an inkling that I've got an audition coming up from somebody recently, but God knows if when that's going to come through. It looks like everyone else is doing bits though. Someone's saying there they auditioned for Heartstopper via social media contact, didn't get the role, but it's now on Dan's radar. Yeah, absolutely. It's what it's all about. Cedar's here. Hi, everyone, she says. Can't stay for long. Got a self-tape to do. Right, I mean, you're taking the mick now. Everyone's jumping on, basically going, I'm working. I've got a self-tape. I've just filmed. I need to get my shit together. Right, so I'm going to play a clip out from, and sorry if there's children watching, I've got to also just mind my mouth sometimes. I get a bit carried away. I'm going to try and use no bad language. I'm I'm going to play a clip out, a little mashup of this session we held with Tom and Lucy from Daniel Edwards Casting. Daniel is one of the best casting directors just in the industry, such a nice guy. I'm trying to bring on not just casting directors now for members of the community on our weekly sessions. I'm trying to bring on casting assistants and casting associates because I think that's so important as well. They're a massive part of the casting process. They're the casting directors of tomorrow, and I just want to introduce you to them so that you get a rapport with them right now. Here's a little bit of what you missed, but you can get access to if you join the site and jump into the members area. Most dynamic of duos, fresh from casting new Netflix drama Heartstopper, The Formidable Line of Duty, and ITV's Grace, is casting assistant Tom Payne and casting associate Lucy Allen from Daniel Edwards Casting. Daniel was saying a lot of the pursuit for these people was done via social media, and that's going to be a big part of tonight's chat, using social media to get on your radars.
We did it via Twitter and Instagram predominantly for the open call.
Any examples where you go, you know what, that person's social media profile was pimped out? It's such a great way for me, within casting to sort of find out about them.
Showing passion, we've got to get to know you, and that's useful, if I know that you're into a certain thing, or I don't know, you're a juggler, that's, if you're posting because you're like, oh, I actually really like circus skills, and I do this, I follow you, and I'm like, and then we're looking for somebody who can juggle, I'll be like, oh, that person.
If you're going to start off on one platform today, from a casting perspective, what's most interesting and important to you guys?
You can learn a bit about me from going onto my Twitter. You can learn a bit about Lucy from going onto hers.
Sometimes when an actor will post something on Twitter, that it gets a lot of attention from the casting community.
All in the performance, okay. Oh, I missed it.
What happens after Happily Ever After? Arson.
He just got announced as one of the cast members in the UK remake of Call My Agent.
Is it okay for somebody to send you something directly on social media?
Maybe making sure that the people that you tag either know each other, so you can a part of the same group, rather than random industry people that you respect.
I think just use your social media to be like a way of just like being a stalker in a way. Get to know everyone in every office that you want to be in. You've got the opportunity here to find out who these people are. If you're going to email offices, tailor your emails to the individuals, make it personal. You've got every opportunity to do that.
Be who you are and show that on your social media page, and don't overthink everything, and don't second guess yourself, basically.
Boom. There's just literally 2 minutes of a 2-hour chat. So you'll see how these sessions kind of work. We go through presentations, we talk about the industry, we answer loads of questions, we bring members of Acts on This.tv on camera to ask questions, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to play a clip out in a second that expands on something that you saw in that trailer. Just in a second, I'm going to do that. But I just want to address the fact that I think everybody's just landing TV roles. Because Josh, have you just said in the chat, I just noticed there that you just landed apart your first TV role from a tape that you did quite a while ago. Everybody is killing it in our community right now, except me. No, I am. It's ridiculous. Ollie, you might. I'm not gonna. Ollie's just had a guess at who I was talking about guest wise. You could be on the right track, Ollie. I'm not going to say anything yet. Everybody, and so Josh just booked his first TV role for the BBC. What the hell is going on? Josh, tell us all about it. Let us know what the crack is there as well, or maybe you're not allowed yet. But I mean, this is just brilliant, isn't it? I'm loving all this. And Brendan says, between managing night duty, I have got through to an in-the-room chemistry read for a BBC drama. Had a Zoom audition for a feature and have been... This is insane. And have been called back for a new musical open at the Edinburgh Fringe. All this lovely stuff whilst devising a one-man show about a coal porter. What's a coal porter, Brendan? I don't even know what that is. And Josh is... flipping heck. Congrats all round. Everybody's just going, well, no TV roles for me, says Nick. Nick, join the club, mate. Don't worry about it. I told you, the last 2 tapes I've done, great opportunities. Didn't get either of them, so don't worry about it. You can join me, dude. Ollie says, I've been in this community long enough to know who the big guest could be. Well, you might be onto something, but there also might be someone equally as big joining as well. Maybe in the same session, Ollie, but we shall see. Right, so I'm going to play a clip out now. that expands on a little bit of what you saw there in the trailer. And this is a question that I'm really glad that Mark in our community asked. It's a question about tagging directly casting directors in social media posts, because I'm a massive advocate of putting your stuff out there. And like Lucy and Tom said in the trailer there, you know, right now there's a couple of people. Harry, I played a clip out there, and played a clip out from Johnny Welton as well. These guys are getting massive traction. We've got our own Lawrence Russell in the community. He gets some good traction as well on social. But there's a lot of stuff when it's put out there in the right way, gets a lot of attention in the casting community. A casting director will like that tweet on Twitter, they'll retweet it, which means another casting director who's following them will see it, and then it just spirals and spirals and spirals until some of these clips are getting 150,000 views. They're getting like absolute adoration from everyone in casting, and I don't know for sure, but I don't know, I've got an inkling that Harry, the guy who was talking about what happens after Happily Ever After, arson, in that clip there that you just heard, he's now in the UK remake. He's going to be in the UK remake of Call My Agent, which is going to be absolutely freaking massive. Now, I don't know, because Rachel Freck is on Twitter. Her office is on Twitter. I don't know if she got, Harry, because he's a newcomer. He's done some stuff, but he's not like, he wasn't famous or anything. I don't know if he got on her radar via the things that he's been putting out, because he's been consistent as hell. The guy and Johnny, they've just been putting content out every week, and it's been good quality content as well. I was getting a bit nervous thinking, how long can this go on for before we get bored of this? But they keep doing really well. You're like, shit, he's done it again. So it is interesting how putting stuff out on social media can really sort of get you noticed if it's done in the right way. And sometimes you'll be like, actually, this thing that I'm putting out really would be really in alignment with this particular casting director or this casting office maybe. I've seen people putting spoofs out of Line of Duty, for example, and tagging Daniel Edwards in it, who cast Line of Duty with Kate Rose James. And that's kind of, sometimes you'll be like, I want to do that, but then you're like, am I overstepping the mark? Am I looking a bit like a pest? Is it a bit stalkerish? Mark asked the question, and I think it's I'm going to play the clip out now for you. It's obviously not just a one-size-fits-all answer. There's going to be different opinions on this from different casting directors and different casting assistants and associates. But I think there's a couple of good points that come up here that if you play your cards right and you just, you tread carefully, but I think if you implement these, you can start tagging people in stuff without it becoming a little bit too much. But here it is, check it out.
How often is it okay for somebody to send you something directly on social media? How often would it be okay to sort of tag you in something and say, hey, here's a funny sketch?
If you have something you want to tag, great. But sometimes, again, it can be an oversight. Sometimes you don't always pick things up on social media. So what I suggest, if there's something you think you've done and it's really good, send it. You can always drop us an email to get yourself on our radar, like I've said. You can email, obviously if you're emailing me or emailing Lucy or whoever, when you send that email, you can tailor it to that person to get yourself on, and maybe just include that as a link at the bottom, then we can click in and see.
I am a bit of a worrier and a panicker, and I overthink things. So if somebody tags me in something, it actually makes me panic a little bit because I'm like, oh my God, I have to respond and I have to do something. What do I do? What should I say? Like, do I ignore it? And so it kind of puts me a little bit on edge if somebody tags me or repeatedly. And also sometimes if you're tagged with lots of people from the industry that you don't know, but you respect, and you're like, oh God, how do I react to this? Like, do I wait to see what they've done or do I react? But equally, I totally get that you also want us to see the content, maybe making sure that the people that you tag either know each other, so you can a part of the same group, rather than random industry people that you respect or multiple casting directors. But I would limit it and maybe see who responds. And if you start getting responses, but I definitely wouldn't go 2 or 3 times a week. That's a lot.
You're allowed to tag Tom and Lucy in one thing. If it's shit, you're never tagging them in it again.
It's got to be the line of duty right now, isn't it?
Yeah, pressure's on. But then I think that's absolutely, because we've met you now. I know, I know you, and I feel like that doesn't feel weird. That doesn't make me feel awkward if you tag me, because I know who you are. So, and we've had this conversation. So, whereas if it's just a random tag, I'm like, what's happening?
Bosh! That's on this.tv if you want to watch the full 2-hour chat. It's in the members area, and look at the opportunities you get. Basically, I just say how it is. I just go, listen, Mark, You got one opportunity now. You got permission to tag Lucy and Tom in something. If it's beep, then you're never tagging them in it again. This is one massive advantage of getting involved in this community. Basically, just being introduced to people who are very. Don't want to use the word powerful because it's not power dynamics we're going to talk about this week. People who are very. No, just can give you opportunity. Ultimately, just doing great work. Jump on these calls. I can't bring people on camera every single week, but there will come a point where you do get introduced to to these guests on a week or two, and like they said there, they now feel that they know Mark, and Mark can drop them a tweet, and it's not going to feel weird. But ultimately, you can do that through just building rapport on social media without going in for the kill. First of all, I've always been a big advocate of something that a mentor. When I say mentor, just someone I follow online. I've only spoke to him once in real life myself, but a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk, who says he goes by this philosophy of jab, 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 right hook, which is basically where you give somebody something, you give it again before you ask for anything in return. So if you are looking to build rapport with people online or in real life, like in the real world, it's just it's a clever thing to do, just to go, listen, you know what, I'm going to give you way more than I ask for, at least for 3 interactions. So you know that I'm just adding value, I'm adding value, and then maybe at that point I feel like the law of reciprocity is at a level where I can ask for something, and you might, if it's we watch this clip for 45 seconds because I've helped promote your show for 2 months or whatever it would be, or I've helped you with something that you're asking for. A lot of casting directors put out questions on just people in general. I don't know why. It's funny, isn't it? Because I don't even know why we separate like people via their titles and their jobs that they do. But people will ask questions all day on Twitter. It's why I think Twitter's so amazing, because it's an open invite to get involved and have a conversation. I saw Faye Timby put a tweet out today. She's the casting director in Sophie Holland's office with she's the casting associate for Sophie. They cast The Witcher and lots of big stuff. They did Cherry for the Tom Holland film, the Apple Plus film. And she was saying, I'm looking for, I think like a restaurant or something in Soho where me and the girls like in the casting office can go and like, have some cocktails or whatever. If you know a great place, it's like add some value. That's an interaction where you can go, right, I'm going to add some value to your conversation now. You might go and have an amazing time, and then they might go, oh, thanks so much for the recommendation. You go, oh, no problem. How about in return, you watch this clip of mine for 45 seconds? Reciprocity. But if you go in for the kill straight away, hi, will you watch my clip? And they don't know you. Like Lucy said, you can make them feel a bit awkward and a bit like, oh, I feel pressure. I sometimes feel a little bit like that. Do you know what's interesting? Do you know when I sometimes feel pressure, and then I research on someone and I think, oh, I feel no pressure now at all. I get emails from people. Obviously, I've spent 12 years creating this community, bleeding out of my eyes to try and grow this community and just offer value. Hopefully, I'm doing that. This is probably, I think, this is getting on for the 500th, like the 500th. 500th? The 500th live broadcast on a Monday night. I've done on like consistently almost every single Monday. And I get people emailing me, and they'll say, oh, I just love what you're doing in the community. All these things that you're doing are great. And they'll sort of like butter me up for like 3 paragraphs, tell me how great the community is. They'll ask me generally then to promote a product of theirs or some upcoming kind of thing that they're doing. Where there's literally no value exchange. So there's nothing where they go, oh, hi, Ross, can we leverage this big community you've spent 12 years growing? They just go, hi, I've got this. Oh, I just want to offer your members 10% off. No, you don't. You want to make loads of money out of you lot, who I feel I have a duty of care for to protect, so you're not being ripped off by bullshitters. But they do that. They ask for something, and then they'll say how great the sessions are that we do every week. I'll get their email address, I'll put it into the database, and I'll see they have never been a member of ActsOnThis.tv, so they have never attended a single session. They just are clearly just looking for something straight away. Instantly, I'm like, delete. I'm not even going to take the time to reply, because you have tried to offer me zero value whatsoever. What you said there is, hi, I've got a club here. Can you bring all the people and buy all the drinks? No, absolutely not. So I think when you're reaching out to casting directors or whatever, or anyone in the industry, and you're going straight in for an ask, and you might be dressing it up as, I'm a big fan of your work or whatever, just be really honest. Just like be really authentic. really honest. Don't say you've watched something if you haven't. Don't say, because that can be a bit embarrassing sometimes. We've had people who have gone on imdb.com, seen somebody's latest credit, said they loved them in it, and that credit hasn't been released yet. And they're like, oh, right, excellent. So you saw me in such and such a thing. Well, it's not even been on TV yet. So again, you're lying. I saw someone the other day tweet the Tom and Lucy saying how they'd been amazing on the mastermind that we had on Thursday night. I know for a fact they weren't on it, and they're not a member of the community. I'm like, just be honest. Just stop trying to geg in on everything. Just be authentic. Offer value first, and you'll get a lot more from the industry, basically. So just build that rapport first, so you don't. So like Lucy said, she doesn't feel awkward. Stalk people without being a stalker. So use it to stalk privately to gain information, but then don't come across as a stalker online. Tom was funny because he kept saying on that session, listen, don't be a stalker. And then he'd go, use social media to be a stalker, but don't be a stalker. And how many times did he say, does that make sense? Honestly, it was absolutely hilarious. You need to go and watch the full replay. Let's have a look. Kev says both Lucy and Tom retweeted my mention. Nice one. Honestly, they're lovely, lovely people. They're so nice. 99% of people in this industry are beautiful, lovely, lovely people. And there's Josh again saying about how he got that. He sent a initial email off, got a casting, got a self-tape for that BBC thing, got a recall, and that's how he landed the part. Got it off his own back. Josh, amazing man. Keep hustling, dude. It's what I freaking love. And and Lizzie says don't hijack other people's posts with your own work. I've not come across that one, but that's another thing that's annoying. I mean, the amount of people who join the Acts on this Facebook group, and I'll allow them in the group. When you like approve a request for someone to join a group. If anyone runs any groups, you get like a list of people who want to join the group, and you can approve them. And then the first thing they do is they post a link to something they want everyone to go and like or retweet or watch or donate to without even actually offering the community. Because we have a community here. What I love about all us lot, it's a genuine community. When we jump on the Zoom calls, so many people are so supportive of everybody. Someone will jump on camera and everyone will be like, yeah, go, whoever it is or whatever. When we do the networking sessions on the first Saturday of every month, like everybody rocks up. People are genuine friends, and I see you all taking photos out with each other, collaborating with each other, writing scripts with each other, filming stuff with each other. And like it's just brilliant. And that's how you get far in life, by teaming up with people, collaborating with people, not jumping into a group offering zero value or jumping onto social media offering zero value to anybody. Too many. I think what it is, you've got to operate from a place always, and it is cliched, isn't it? But of like, what am I giving as opposed to what am I taking? It's just, and then you end up getting so much more than if you had just asked for something straight away. Honestly, it's just how my life has gone. Getting that call last night, I got a call at like 10 to 10 off a director, who effectively has given me a massive opportunity now to do a load of press for actsonthis.tv around a show that's coming out very shortly with, some worldwide renowned names. And that's just because I have never asked for anything, I imagine. All I've done, and all he has done to me, actually, all we've ever done is offer each other value the whole time. Neither of us ever said, oh, I want this out of you or that out of you. There just is just being a good person and just always giving up front first. It's just a great strategy to just have nice things happen in your life. Definitely. What's Chris saying? Speaking of donating, Alicia's running an amazing raffle with casting director one-to-ones as prizes. She is, and you can also win if you're not a member of Acts on This, you can even get a 2-month subscription to Acts on This for free, worth 48 quid. Alicia, post the link in the Facebook chat so that people on it can maybe go and donate. Right, I'm waffling on now. It's 9:30 already. We're halfway through the session. Let's move on. This Wednesday, that's a shout as well. For those people who are members of actsonthis.tv, normally our session this week would fall on a Tuesday tomorrow night. It's not, because our guest has been called on set tomorrow, so we've just shifted it over to Wednesday night. So this week's session might work out better for some people. Apologies if it doesn't work out well for you, but it is going to be recorded. This week's session is going to be on Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m, and it's on a topic that could make a lot of people blush, but it's a really necessary conversation to have in the industry right now. Again, like I just mentioned, I feel I have a duty of care to everybody in this community to look after you, to make sure that you are feeling confident and empowered when you walk into the audition room, and myself as well. I don't want to be put in any weird compromising positions. I think that happens to everybody across all genders, sexes. It's not just an issue with females, even though that's very much been thrust to the forefront of our industry at the moment, just around being safe when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to any auditions that might require nudity, simulated shenanigans on set, all this kind of stuff. I have never once spoken about it in 11 years. But I think it's about high time we do talk about these kind of things and approaching intimacy if it does come up in our work, in scenes, in auditions, in self-tapes, whatever, so that you do feel empowered and that you have a voice and that you do not have to just be put into situations you might feel a little bit vulnerable in. So I have got an incredible guest on Wednesday night, top TV intimacy coordinator, Lizzie Talbert. She has worked on some huge shows for like HBO, Apple, Netflix. She was the intimacy coordinator on Bridgerton, one of the biggest shows that we've had over the last couple of years. She's also the coordinator on a new Sky show called Intergalactic that's coming out. She's doing something tomorrow. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing that's a new TV show, so that's why she can't be here tomorrow. She's going to be here Wednesday night. Here's a little trailer of what we're going to discuss, and then really what I would love, because this is completely uncharted territory for me, I will be having an education for the first time on this. This is just something that I have never touched upon. I need your input, and I need to know what questions you would ask in advance about things that you might be concerned of. You might be concerned of. I don't know. Hopefully people are comfortable to ask these kind of things, but there's going to be no question that's off limits. We are talking about sensitive things. There'll probably be a bit of blushing going on, but I think it's a conversation worth having. So here's a little bit of what's going to be happening Wednesday night. Also, here's a little thing for you lot who are on here. See, if you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, see if you can notice the parts of the video that I had to replace the audio on, because obviously I'm going to give it away, aren't I? Obviously I had to change the date. I think my ADR skills are pretty good, though. Check it out. Actors, listen up, right? I've got an incredible invite for you, and an important one at that, to our next ActOnThis.tv live mastermind session. It's taking place on Zoom on Wednesday, the 19th of May at 7:30 p.m. with this wonderful woman here, intimacy coordinator for some massive shows on HBO, Sky, Apple TV+, Netflix. It's Lizzie Talbert in the house. Lizzie, thank you so much for joining us. What are we going to be covering on Wednesday? I need an education.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. We're going to be talking about expectations around auditions. We're going to be talking about boundaries, power dynamics, and practicalities in pre-production and on set, and everything to do with nudity and simulated sex.
It's going to be an interesting one. Honestly, I have never, ever spoken about any of this stuff in 11 years of running ActOnThis.tv. I just think it's going to be a really interesting session, guys. You will get a chance to jump on camera as well, put any questions that you may have towards Lizzie. Come on and have a little chat. The whole point of this session is to really empower actors, to make you feel safe in the room, before you get in the room, like on set, and just, really to make you feel able to set boundaries. We had so many casting directors on recently, and they've all said, listen, when an actor feels an equal in the room, that's brilliant for everybody. So that's really what we want to achieve with this session. If you want to get involved, get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live right now for full details of how you can do that and how you can join us for incredible sessions with top industry pros every single week. And Lizzie, I ask everybody this question on these trailers, a little bit of pressure on you right now. Why don't actors want to miss this one in particular?
Well, it's about keeping you safe. So with the industry as it is at the moment, I would think that would be a really great thing to be part of.
Definitely. If you want to stay safe, be there. ActOnThis.tv/live. Boom. Indeed, it is about keeping everybody safe. Obviously, I've already got notes of things that we're going to be talking about on Wednesday night. Lizzie mentioned their expectations around auditions. I think sometimes if you are going for, I've only really had it once. I mean, literally once, where there was actually twice, where there's been chemistry reads where you are, if I'd have got the biggest job that would have changed my life, there would have been loads of bedroom scenes. Actually, 3 times. Actually, I've had it 3 times. I think I've blocked all these auditions out where I've been laying in bed with other people. Yeah, 3 times, and it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, as it can be in real life. Like when you are becoming intimate with somebody for the first time, that in itself is quite nerve-wracking. When it's with someone who you've got to pretend to be getting intimate with, whilst there's a crew around you and lots of other people dissecting everything you're doing, that's even more nerve-wracking. So, expectations, I think when you actually know what you are going to do before you get in the room, or, before you get to set, that's going to be something that we're definitely be talking about. Expectations around auditions, boundaries in terms of things that where you draw the line at doing, I'm happy with this, I'm happy with that. And that can be in an audition, before an audition, that can be, contractually, because I think they've got to now put into contracts exactly what will be expected of you, so that there are no surprises, and what your boundaries are. So everybody is clear on boundaries before you get there. So there's no sort of like spur of the moment. Oh, right. How about you just, go completely naked? If we'd said in the contract that you wouldn't have to, you'd be able to keep your underwear on or whatever. Power dynamics, big one. It is what it is, what it sounds like, where people think their careers are dictated to them by powerful others. And I think that's what we've seen, without mentioning any names, what we've seen be thrust to the front of our industry over recent weeks, based around, if I do not do this, powerful people will wreck my career. And that must be freaking awful. I'm very happy because I've never, ever felt in that position, but that's terrible for anybody who's ever been in that situation. And then just practicalities in pre-production and on set, and that'll be around rehearsals. One thing Lizzie does is, Lizzie was actually and probably still is, a sort of like a stage combat coordinator, and came into intimacy and sort of like simulated sex. I don't know if I can say that on a live stream now. It's probably going to tone down the distribution of this stream. The algorithm will punish me for that. But yeah, nudity and all that sort of stuff. She comes at it very much from like almost like a choreographing, so that some people like it literally step by step, where you're going to block out exactly what's going to happen when the cameras are rolling, where you're like, right, your hand's going to be here, it's going to move to here, you're going to do this. Some people just like a basic framework to work on. So you go, right, well, these are the boundaries. You're going to be roughly, doing this, whatever that is. But we're going to have none of that. That's off limits, but you can kind of, improvise around that. So just the practicalities of that and what it's like on set, who's going to be around in the rehearsals, how many people are going to be on set if you are having to do like the really intimate scenes, so hopefully there's not like 100 people all there. That'd be God, that'd be a nerve-wracking one, wouldn't it? So all these kind of things, but I would just love to know what you want me to ask. And I'm happy to ask all these questions on your behalf. If you're too embarrassed to ask it, or like, you don't want to jump on camera, I'll ask it, because it's like, that's what this is all about. Is Ross's video in and out, says Alicia. My signal's green as it's ever been, Alicia. It should be all right. You need to just jump out and jump back in, or you have to just upgrade your equipment, I'm afraid. Let's have a look. Jennifer says mine's okay. Nice one, Jen. And Carl's is fine too. Elizabeth is here. Elizabeth, how you doing? So yeah, let me just see if there's anything in here. If you've got any questions, Sarah, what are you saying there? That you did some. Oh, I've missed that comment. Where's that comment gone? Something about you did some intimacy stuff in the first year of drama school, first term at drama school. They were definitely an icebreaker. But you know what? God, I mean, there's even scandal coming out now, isn't there? About like drama schools making their students do stuff like this, and that's been a bit dodgy, masquerading it as like, oh, we're going to just do this because this is what you should do, and then actually it's not been that at all. It's just been because people have been taking advantage of people. I don't know. I mean, you hear loads of scandal all the time. I don't know what's true and what isn't true, but we'll get to the bottom of all of that. It would be great to hear how it worked on Bridgerton and her experience there. Says John, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. 100%, we'll definitely talk about that. Sandra says, I had a feeling one teacher in drama school was only there to break our boundaries. That's what I was just talking about. Honestly, this is what I mean. And there's been no education. I never got any of this at drama school. Admittedly, I went there 15 years ago when there was none of this awareness around, or like, it wasn't a hot topic. But I just haven't seen anybody really in the industry covering this sort of stuff, which is why I wanted to bring Lizzie on. So what you could do for me, it'd be really useful, is if you could tweet me your questions. If you can't think of them now, or something just pops up over the next sort of 48 hours. Well, not 48 hours. We'll have been finished by then. 45 hours. Tweet me at Act on This TV or at Ross A. Grant. Anything around your expectations around auditions, setting boundaries, power dynamics, practicalities in pre-production and on set, around nudity, hanky-panky, just so the algorithm doesn't ban my feed, or just intimacy in general, really. And let me know if you've ever, what your experiences of it have been asked. I remember somebody asking Daniel Mays when we had him on how he approaches intimate scenes. And ultimately, from his perspective, it was just, very similar to any kind of regular scene. But I imagine, everybody's going to have insecurities around stuff, aren't they? You're like, oh God, am I doing this right? Does this look real or not? Maya, quick question. Do you sign a contract with your everyday name or your stage name, or both? You sign your contract, generally speaking. It depends, really. It doesn't matter. It won't matter. The only thing that will matter is the legal name that you give them. They have to be aware of your legal name in case there's any payment that goes into your bank account for, like, directly, not via your agent. Your agent obviously will have your real name, but generally speaking, if it's a TV job, sometimes you'll get two types of payment. You'll get one that comes through your agent via them, so they take their commission and all that sort of stuff. And then you'll get some per diems. You might get some like allowances for dinner or travel or that sort of stuff that your agent obviously doesn't take commission on, because it's just given to you, for travel and stuff, and for food. And that generally goes directly into your bank account. So you don't want any. I mean, so it's rare for anyone to issue checks these days. But back in the day, that was the problem. You didn't want people issuing checks. Or anything like that in a name that wasn't your legal name at the bank, so you couldn't actually go and pay that check in. But in terms of signing the actual contract, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. I don't know what the deal is there. If your equity name is different to your real name, for example, it wouldn't really matter which one you sign with. They're both recognized by the industry. Let me know though if anybody else has got any advice on that. I luckily just have my one name. I got it at Equity. I thought someone's gonna have Ross Grant, and they hadn't. So I've just used that my whole career. But yeah, if anyone's got any input on that, then let Maya know in the chat. So yeah, questions on intimacy, get them in. We're going to be doing the chat on Wednesday night, not Tuesday. Remember, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Rock up. It's going to be an interesting one. As I say, never touched on those topics before. And Lizzie, without doubt, is one of the most knowledgeable people in our industry on this subject. She's created an entire company around it, guidelines. She's working with the CDG and other casting directors in the industry. And I think we've all got a duty to raise awareness about it, because I think it's only now. Isn't it funny? And I've kind of been guilty of this as well. It's kind of stuff that you see touted around, you don't take too much notice of it until actually you see a huge scandal break and you think, oh my God, actually this is really, really important. Lizzie was saying she was sort of advocating for all of this awareness and training back in 2015 as a lot of the dodgy stuff that has now emerged was going on. But because nobody knew at the time it was going on, or those who did weren't obviously saying they knew, there wasn't a lot of appetite for this kind of coaching. And I'd have probably been the same, because maybe I'm a bit naive, or I'm a bit optimistic, but I'm like, well, I've never seen any of that going on. Sure, the industry's fair and fine and everybody's nice. Probably a little bit naive, because not everyone's nice, are they? So I might not have thought, oh, we'll run a whole session on it. But now, obviously, after what happened, I'm like, shit, we really need to run a session on this. So yeah, I think we've all got a duty to sort of make it a bit louder as well. So once we've done this session, I'm sure Lizzie would hugely appreciate it if you sort of spread the word about what she does and what her company does. And there's a few other people as well in the industry who are intimacy coordinators. It's not only Lizzie, but Lizzie certainly works on some absolutely massive shows. So it is 14 minutes to 10. We can do some Q&A and stuff like that for a little bit. What do people want to talk about? It's sort of anything goes for the last sort of 14 minutes. And yeah, we can chat about anything that you think would be helpful. I'm trying to think what else I've got coming up for Acts on This. There's the training. I'll just reiterate that one more time for people who have joined a little bit late. If you get yourself over to actonthis.tv/training, where is it? I'm going to have to go to it myself. actonthis.tv/ not training. Training. You will see this page here if it loads. Come on. Come on, Tinterwebs. Is it going to load? Have I put it in? No, what's all that? I don't need all that. Just training. Is that going to work? Come on now. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Internet issues. I had internet issues there. I should be back now. Let me know if I'm back. Hopefully I am. Give me a holler in the chat. My internet went amber then. I don't know why it does that. It's been green all night and then it just went onto amber on the streaming thing. We should be back though. But yeah, actonthis.tv/training. If you want to get on this free training that I'm doing for actors really who are looking for their first TV job or their next TV role, really. You know, if you only had a couple of jobs, you know, sort of 5-6 jobs, this is still super, super relevant for you. If you're an A-list actor and you're earning millions, it's probably not relevant for you. But if you are looking for your first TV job, particularly, actonthis.tv/training. I'm doing this free training. It'll be about an hour long, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Saturday, the 5th of June. At the end of that training, I'm going to be opening up places for a full 2-day event that's happening on the 10th and 11th of July with myself and a number of special guests as well. I'm going to be taking people through a long-ass training, though. It's going to be, you know, it's not for the faint-hearted. Come along prepared to work. We're going to be doing probably 10 till 6 of full-on training. And then the Sunday, we're going to do some bonus sessions with industry guests who are going to be coming in and sort of expanding on some of the topics that we've spoken about in terms of getting your first TV job. So it's going to be an incredible time. But even if you just join the free training, you'll get loads of value. If you want to go all in and you want to take part in the full program, it's called First TV Role Fast Track Live. I ran it for a small group of actors last year, and numerous members who went through that training have now booked their first TV role. It is a bit of a proven blueprint. We've got a huge community around it. There's a separate Facebook group. There's going to be loads of interaction there and lots of support indefinitely. So that's going to be pretty cool. And everyone's saying I'm back. Yeah, no, I don't know what was happening there with the internet. You guys on the replay won't notice a thing because the replay is recorded locally at my end, so you won't have an issue. So let's do some Q&A. What do you want to talk about? We've got 10 minutes. What is going on? What are people's burning desires, questions, roadblocks? What things maybe are you struggling with right now, or things would you want to share with the community? Both the wins, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it. I don't know why I'm drinking coffee at nearly 10 o'clock at night. I'm just an absolute coffee monster. The training sounds amazing. Going to sign up, says Emily. Yeah, get involved, Emily. Honestly, it's decent. It's really, really legit. I promise you. It's not like, you see a lot of bullshit sold in this industry. This is like super, super legit. I'm literally going to take people through how I landed my first, sort of 12, 13, 14, 15 TV roles. And these are all, real roles. This is not, supporting artist work or anything like that. These are real roles in TV shows. I'm going to show you, in the full course, I show you emails that I've sent. I show you what I've sent, videos, footage that I've sent, replies from casting directors, how I've leveraged that. We will now have the luxury, which is beautiful as well, of showing people behind the scenes of other people who've been through the program's journey. So I'm going to be able to show you, like Petch, for example, I'm going to be able to show you emails that he sent out with footage that he sent out, replies that he got back from casting directors, and how that then, eventually resulted in an audition that resulted in a self-tape that then resulted in him landing this first TV role in Coronation Street that he filmed on Friday. It's real practical, pragmatic, hands-on, just real, actually, like case study advice, as opposed to some general bullshit of just think positive and it'll all be all right. It's called Act on This because I like to give you things to actually go away and act on. Lorraine says, "Oh yeah, Lorraine, were you in the? Of course, you were in the first group. And those people who were in that little test group last year," she says, "training course was fantastic last year. You guys will get." An opportunity, because I want to look after everybody who looks after me initially. Those people who got on it last year, you will get a free upgrade. It won't cost you a single thing to the recordings of this, because obviously I've got to take people through live. There's only going to be a limited amount of places on the live one. You'll get the recordings for free, so you'll get an upgrade of the course you've got now that you can go through again if you want, with some extra stuff in it that wasn't there last time. Or you'll get the option for like a super discounted rate to come and actually attend the course again live for free with the bonus sessions that weren't there last year. We're going to have some other special guests on the Sunday that just weren't involved last year. So I'll keep people posted on that. But thanks for saying that. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, and those people who get in this time, if I redo the course next year, you will get a free upgrade as well. It's like to give value and look after people. It's not just about going, oh, I'm going to give you this course and just go and do it on your own and I'll abandon you. Not about that whatsoever. Let's have a look. I live in the USA. Who are some of the casting directors I should look for in Instagram? Erica, do you mean in the USA? Because that's not my bag. I can tell you exactly who you need to look for on Instagram in the UK, though. If you go to actonthis.tv/Instagram, you can download the list of 75 industry people in the UK, casting directors, directors, writers, etc. from the TV industry, and just follow all of those. But yeah, US casting directors, not my industry, not my bag, but UK industry, absolutely. I can tell you everything you could possibly want to know about it. But go to actonthis.tv/Instagram and you can get that list for nothing. Just pop your email address in and it'll send it you straight away. John says, just had Mental Awareness Week. What's that, John? It's been a good time to reflect on that. Yeah, I put a few videos out last night around that. There's lots of people in the TV industry putting stuff out around mental health awareness week. I think it's great that sort of like the dialogue that's opened up just around keeping your mental game in tip top shape, because again, for years, like this intimacy stuff, we just never talked about it. It's almost like we just brush that away, and it's important. It's just like going to the gym every single day. It's like looking after your body, looking after your mind. It's absolutely critical, and I feel you need both. I feel like for me personally to perform at my best, I need to focus on both my mind and my body. Absolutely have a foundation in fitness and physical health. I think that's just the most important thing you can possibly invest your time and your money into. But when you couple that with working as hard on your mental game, it's a real unlock to just being happier. You're not happy all the time, of course. Everybody struggles as shit goes on in everybody's life. But I think you need to everyone should be invested in both, and just taking time out to just talk about, any struggles and things that you might be going through. Will the course be in person or virtual? Yvonne, it's all virtual. So it's all on Zoom. So you can attend from anywhere. We ran it last year on Zoom, worked an absolute treat. It's all fully recorded then as well. And then you'll get access to it, well, indefinitely, basically, as long as I'm alive, Yvonne, and I'm paying the bill for the server. That content will be available for you to watch in perpetuity. So there's no sort of expiration date on it or anything like that. Michaela says, sending calm and positive vibes. Love it, Michaela, absolutely. And Erica, actonthis.tv/Instagram for that list. Do I need to mention to my agent that the role that I just booked, said Josh? Yes, Josh, I would do. It depends on your contract, mate. So it depends on exactly what you signed, and what the agreement was. Sometimes if you are exclusively signed to an agent for all work that's in vision, all screen work, they may expect, they'll expect you to tell them you're doing it without a doubt if they're a legit, decent agent. And then it's up to them whether they, want to exercise the right that might be in your contract to take commission on it, even though you got that off your own steam. There certainly is merit within paying your agent for jobs that you bring to the table, because hopefully if they're a good agent, the thing is they should be working for you, and they will have already put time and work into things that may not have come to fruition and turn into auditions, but it doesn't mean they've not been hustling behind the scenes. So for you to say, I'm only going to pay you when when I get an audition from you, and I'm going to keep all of the stuff that I bring to the table and the opportunity that I bring. Sometimes I just think that that can cause a little bit of friction, because it could quite have easily been the email that they sent on one occasion that brought you an opportunity and yours didn't. But it's a conversation, just an honest conversation you need to have. 9 times out of 10, my agent Jane's just too nice for her own good. If ever I've got my own opportunities, Jane very much will just be like, "Oh, give over. It's fine. I don't want any commission for it." I'm like, "No, it's fine." take some, because it's all about give and take, and it's that reciprocity I spoke about before. And hopefully, they will have already got you jobs, or it won't be long till they do. So have a word, Josh, and just see what the crack is there. It's going to be different depending on the contract that you signed. Sharon, how are you doing? Just found out I've won an acting class session with Emma Crompton. Everyone is winning tonight. This has been such a good stream, Sharon. We just at the very beginning, everybody here has been like landing roles this week, TV jobs, auditions. Like everybody's just doing so good. That's amazing. Emma Crompton's amazing. She's so good. We had her on for a session. I think you were there, weren't you? Actonthis.tv. That's in the members area for anybody who's not a member. There's a 2-hour session with Emma, who's just one of the loveliest human beings you will ever meet. Great casting director. Who really is out to help actors as well with her initiative she runs called the Casting Feed, just to help actors understand the industry better. Emily's just grabbed a place for the 5th of June. Nice one, Em. Let me just see how many people... I'll say exactly how many places are left on this free training, just so there's no surprises. As I say, I've literally got a limit of 500. That's all I can afford on Zoom. Zoom gets bloody pricey, when you start like upping how many seats you get. It starts off dead cheap, goes, oh, come and join Zoom. It's only 15 quid a month. And you're like, oh, okay, that's cheap. And then as soon as you want more than like 50 people on it, it disproportionately increases in value. But I love you, Zoom. You've enabled me to do stuff I would never have been able to do without you. 238 now places of the 500 have gone for the TV training on the free one on the 5th of June. actonthis.tv/training if you want to go and grab your place. You'll literally get an email straight away now that's got a Zoom link in it. It's all like automated. It'll send you a Zoom link out now. Keep that safe. I'll obviously update people to give you reminders. Do you know what? Let me know what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know if you want this or not, because it's going to be a bit of an investment for me. But how would you like text reminders? Obviously, it means giving me your mobile number, but obviously not me personally, like on a database on the website. And it just means that, say I'm going live tonight on Facebook, or, just like 10 minutes before we go live with the guests each week for members of actonthis.tv, I send you a little text. Say, hey, Sharon, hey, Michaela, hey, Margaret, I'm going live in 10 minutes, don't forget. Would that be useful? Let me know if you think that would be useful. Obviously, I would keep your mobile number safe. I'm not going to sell it to anybody or anything like that. But I'm just thinking of ways to keep you guys really in the loop. I know I send an email out before these live broadcasts, like 15 minutes beforehand, but I'm aware that everybody's glued to their email all evening. So some people might be catching up on the replay now who would have liked to have been here live had they got the text message, because we generally get text messages and look at them straight away, don't we? I've signed up twice by mistake, says Michaela. Don't worry about it. It won't duplicate the place, Michaela. It'll send you the email twice, but it'll still only register you as one place, so that's cool. And Margaret has got her seat as well. If you're watching on the replay, actonthis.tv/training, go and get your place as well. That's happening on the 5th of June. Could do that through the main site. I still should download the app. Yeah, download the app as well. So any member, again, I showed you before, look in the members area and get that iPhone app. That means I can send you push notifications. Not quite as obvious as text messages, but that's a way for people to keep up to date on stuff as well. Right, any more? It's bang on 10 o'clock. I will play. I'll play out for those people who are just joining. I'll play the trailer out for Wednesday night again with Lizzie Talbert. A very intimate mastermind session, all about intimacy, sex. I've said it again now. Facebook's probably going to ban this video. And nudity and stuff within the acting industry, staying safe around it if you are asked, if that is expected or asked of you for TV work, which it is, it's part of the industry. It's legit. It's not all seedy and weird. There's not many high-end dramas that you don't see a little bit of that going on. But I want to make sure that people in our community at least are empowered, feel safe, feel confident. So we're bringing on one of the industry's leading intimacy coordinators, Lizzie Talbert, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. I'll play you out a little video of her now. Do get your membership and come and join us. If you want to see the full schedule as well, because I've got a couple of other guests already on the schedule. If you go to actonthis.tv/live. No, I wish I could see properly so I could type without my glasses on. Live, here you go. actonthis.tv/live. You'll see one day, 21 hours. This is Lizzie Talbert. She was the intimacy coordinator for Bridgerton. The week after, we've got the incredible Steve Hughes, top TV director. His episodes of Casualty have just been nominated for a BAFTA. They were the coronavirus episodes of Casualty. He just shot something called The Last Bus for Netflix. That was a 3-part drama. He's going on to do something called Miss Scarlet and the Duke for PBS and Masterpiece. In America, he's done loads of stuff out in the States as well as the UK. An incredible guy. And again, we're going to focus quite a bit on that on social media. Steve's a massive advocate of actors getting in touch and promoting their work, to him direct, not just the casting directors, via social media. Week after that, we have got Emma Sylvester, a casting, part of the casting team. She's a casting director, but she also assists John Cannon and Stephen Moore on Holby City at the BBC, casting Holby City with John and Stephen. She was the casting director, has been the casting director for lots of episodes of Doctors. They all kind of flit around at the BBC, so they swap around and work on different shows. But Emma is an integral part of the casting team at the BBC. She's going to be with us on Tuesday, the 1st of June. Steve's on the 27th of May. Lizzie's Wednesday, the 19th. And I cannot wait to show you what's coming up 3 weeks yesterday. It blows my mind. Wanted this person on for such a long time. And I'll announce that soon. But that's going to be like just an incredible session of lots of people as well. There's going to be probably 5 or 6 people involved with those sessions that are coming in 3 weeks' time. Chris is looking forward to it. What's the best way of reaching out to someone to talk about collaborating on a project, i.e. podcast interviews, says Sophie? The only way, Sophie, is reaching out. What I would suggest, anybody who is looking, and this is effectively what I built Act on this on, anyone who's looking to collaborate with people when it's something like they're more... I don't know how to say it without sounding like... If I'm reaching out to someone who is sort of like really established in the industry, they're sort of more successful than me. It doesn't mean they're a better person, but in terms of if I'm reaching out to like a big actor or a big director who I know has far better things to do in their life than sit and chat with me on a Zoom session, for Acts on this on a Tuesday or a Thursday night, you've got to approach it and you've got to acknowledge that, and you've got to look for what you can offer them in return. And whether that is, it doesn't have to be money at all. That's like, one of the things that, you do not have to worry about. But some kind of value. Can you, if they've got a show coming out, can you plug that show within that podcast? How many people listen to your podcast already that you can bring to the table? Do you have an email list so you can send stuff out to promote things that they've got coming out? Have they got a book coming out you can talk about? Anything where you can offer value. The worst thing you can do is reach out and masquerade that you're trying to do them a favor, having them on your show when they're bringing all of the leverage. It's like what I said before. I get really annoyed when I'm like, I've put 12 years of my life into Acts on this. I've built a beautiful community of amazing people like you guys, and people come to me all the time and just want to exploit you lot by paying me. Ross, I'll give you 500 quid if you send an email out to your email list. I had it just last week. I'll give you a 25% commission, a 50% commission if you send an email out to your email list about this course. And this course is something that I've never heard of, I've never been on, could be an absolute bag of shit. And I could earn a ton of money out of it because I know you guys are so lovely, you trust me. I send you an email, you're like, oh, Ross is legit, he's all right, I'll sign up for that. And it could be absolute dog shit. And then I might have made a load of money out of it because you probably pay 500 quid for this course, but you'll never trust me again. I've sold out. It's like, you've just got to not do any of that, basically. Just offer legitimate value, even if it's no money to the person, but say, listen, here's what I can bring you, as opposed to like, here's what I can get out of you. So just focus on that, Soph, and you'll be good. And sometimes just acknowledging that you don't have a huge amount to offer. I do that sometimes where I say, listen, when I was first starting out anyway, I know that I can't really bring you anything. I would always say I can edit from our chat. I can edit some great pieces of micro content and I can make them look great so you can put them out on your social media so it's good promo for you as well. Anything that you can bring to the table. But sometimes you can say, listen, hold my hands up. You literally hold all the cards. I know you'd be doing me a big favor. I can just assure you my intention for this is good. I'm not out to exploit anything and I'm there for you if you ever need anything. And sometimes just that honesty, helps, just opens stuff up. Definitely. And Margaret says, how much is the full course? I'm still working on pricing, Margaret. Last year, I'll be completely honest with you, because this is a 2-day full training. There's a load of ongoing support with it as well. People last year, I don't think it's going to be any dearer than this because I just don't want to put the price up yet, even though down the line, I probably will do. It's gone from a 1-day event like it was last year to a 2-day event this year, plus ongoing coaching in the Facebook group indefinitely. Last year, people paid 497 quid. I can't offer it for less than that because that would piss off everybody who bought it last year. But when you think your first TV job, which is the whole point of this program, would bag you at least that. Petch's job this week, I won't divulge payment because that's his business, but it was more than that. So it's a real investment. And also when people have put skin in the game, it just means that you take way more action on it, you know. So yeah, I don't envisage putting the price up at all, but it won't be less than that because people already paid that last year to get in on the program. But all I can do is assure you it's a game changer. And you know, it just depends on how serious you are about making it a reality. But it is my absolute goal with everything that I do to massively over deliver. So I don't intend to do a course for 2 days and completely abandon everybody. I'm literally there. So is Petch, and so are the other people who are in the group who went through the training last time. Everybody is in there to help everybody who comes on board. So you're joining a massive support network of people who should inspire you daily, motivate you daily, share information with you won't get anywhere else, to just, you know, make sure you have the best chance possible of succeeding. As I say, I can't do the auditions for you, but I can certainly give you a blueprint that if you follow, like these people in the course already have followed, will result in opportunities. So come and get involved with the free training. You can, I'll tell you more about it, and there's going to be loads of bonuses this time as well. I'm going to make it a massive bonus stack of things that will just hugely over deliver on the price that people are paying to get involved. Last but not least, how much is a quid? That's £1 in the UK, says Erica. Yeah, Erica, so a quid is £1. The US dollar, someone, you have to do a little Google. I'll do it for you. Let's have a look, and then I'm definitely going. 1 Great British pound in US dollars. The current exchange rate, 1 quid, is $1.41 as of today, but obviously it will have slight fluctuations on a daily basis. Folks, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to play this little trailer out now. I'm going to love you and leave you, but hopefully I will see you on Thursday night for the not Thursday. It's not. I keep saying Thursday. Wednesday night. For this, I'll see you there, 7:30 p.m. actonthis.tv. Get your membership if you want to be involved. Until then, magic words. Bye for now. Actors, listen up, right? I've got an incredible invite for you, and an important one at that, to our next actonthis.tv live mastermind session. It's taking place on Zoom on Wednesday, the 19th of May at 7:30 p.m. with this wonderful woman here, intimacy coordinator for some massive shows on HBO, Sky, Apple TV+, Netflix. It's Lizzie Talbert in the house. Lizzie, thank you so much for joining us. What are we going to be covering on Wednesday? I need an education.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. We're going to be talking about expectations around auditions. We're going to be talking about boundaries, power dynamics, and practicalities in pre-production and on set, and everything to do with nudity and simulated sex.
It's going to be an interesting one. Honestly, I have never, ever spoken about any of this stuff in 11 years of running actonthis.tv. I just think it's going to be a really interesting session, guys. You will get a chance to jump on camera as well, put any questions that you may have towards Lizzie. Come on and have a little chat. The whole point of this session is to really empower actors, to make you feel safe in the room, before you get in the room, like on set, and just, really to make you feel able to set boundaries. We had so many casting directors on recently, and they've all said, listen, when an actor feels an equal in the room, that's like brilliant for everybody. So that's really what we want to achieve with this session. If you want to get involved, get yourself over to actonthis.tv/live right now for full details of how you can do that and how you can join us for incredible sessions with top industry pros every single week. And Lizzie, I ask everybody this question on these trailers, a little bit of pressure on you right now. Why don't actors want to miss this one in particular?
Well, it's about keeping you safe. So with the industry as it is at the moment, I would think that would be a really great thing to be part of.
Definitely. If you want to stay safe, be there. actonthis.tv/live.